Hello and welcome back to the New York Film Academy Hour. We've got two females in the studio, returning guests to talk about their film. I'm so excited. Stay tuned.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies.
Hey guys, and welcome back. You can hear Beyonce because she's everything. I'm just gonna jive right in because we don't have a lot of time today because you guys are on a crazy busy schedule. Please help me in welcoming back Twinkie Byrd and Kim Ogletree. Thank you guys for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. So we've had both of you in separately to talk about your film, The Counter 1960.
Yes.
When Twinkie was here, we had producer Ashley Jackson in to talk about it. We talked about production and pre-production and all the things of getting into it. And now it's going to get a screening tomorrow. You have full press coming in. How are you guys feeling? What is this face?
This is the face of a woman who has to get her hair done and makeup done and do a walkthrough. And I picked up posters and it's exciting.
I like that you mentioned that because you've been into the business for a very long time.
Oh wow!
You've
Thank
been doing
you for the very part.
Okay,
A
let me
very
rephrase.
long time.
You are well versed in Hollywood. It's not new to you. You've been a casting director
For a very long
for
time.
a number of years, which we will not disclose at this time. But this is your first time directing.
It is.
We heard from Ashley that you were amazing on set. It was wonderful. But now you're presenting, and it was interesting to me that you just brought up having to do all of the makeup and the hair, because I think that's not something we think about when we're presenting our films. We're also presenting ourselves.
We are.
Which is so foreign to a lot of people who are like, I just want to be behind the camera
Yeah.
and not talk to the people
No.
or look at them.
Right.
But if you're gonna sell it, if you're gonna get it out there and in front of people, that's a first step. What are I guess the steps for that of presenting the film? Did you guys go festival route first? Are you trying to sell independently,
We're
VOD?
doing festivals right now, but part of it is building all of the social media stuff, because we have social media. We have a Twitter, we have an Instagram, we have a Facebook, we have a website. It's like you have to do all those things, and you have to put your pictures up in the bios and
the press kits.
and the press kits and put all of that together in order to put it on Film Freeway or Without a Box and get it out there. And then it would be really nice if when you're submitting, you add a nice little letter. So in the letter, I have to talk about myself and who am I and what's my background and all that good stuff. And I've been on panels at film festivals before, so I feel like I'm ready to do the in front of and the behind the camera, whatever needs to be done in order to propel this project forward and bring light to my cast, my producer, my NYFA, all of it.
When you're writing that letter, because I know that's kind of intimidating for a lot of people. Everything else is kind of, fill in the box, who's this, most people have a bio kind of somewhat prepared, ready to go. But that letter, is it both of you guys working together? Are you telling the story of the two of you working together? Is it individually as creators? How does that go?
Well, I got her bio and headshot and everything, and then she coaches me on how to write the letter.
Okay.
This is what you add.
Right.
This is what you
Coach us, Ms.
Right.
Kim. What do we need? What should be
She's a
included
good
in the letter?
coach.
Well, first you need to let everyone know who your cast is. Okay? It is about you as a director. Producers kind of sort of take the back seat because the talent, let's face it, everybody, directors are talent. Okay? So they want to know who's in the picture first. And give us some examples of some of the films that they've been in as well. Then you can move into you as a director, who you are, what you've done, what you feel, quote unquote, is important about you and you want the world to know about you. Have you had any successes as what Twinkie was as a casting director? Of course she has. Through Felsation, okay, nominated for an Oscar. So, it's very important that you utilize whatever you have. Even if you don't have those credits, you have something.
Yeah.
And people want to hear whatever that is.
She says that all the time.
All the
Find
time.
it. You've got something.
Yeah, you have something.
What are some of the things, I guess, for a lot of students, they're hearing this and they're like, yeah, but I don't. Because I've had that conversation before where it's like, no, this literally applies to everyone. You're not special in that way. If you don't have credits yet, what are some of the things you can lean on to kind of promote yourself?
Well, I just finished class and we were doing our social media exercise where they have to do 3 social media sites and 1 LinkedIn page. By the time they graduate, they'll have that because once you graduate, you're not going to be concerned about doing that. You want a job.
Right.
Okay? But when the employers are looking you up, they're going to the LinkedIn page. I don't want to see your personal Facebook page. I don't want to see your personal LinkedIn page. I want to see you as a professional. Where are your professional pages? That's what I have them create. So you can either promote yourself as a filmmaker or as your film. You can use your film as an example to promote because you want to put that out in the festival circuit. Or if you're thinking out a production company, you can create a production company on social media. So when I looked at some of their pages today, they basically just had their internships that they had done.
Right.
And I said, well, that's only 2. The competition is steep. You need to put down everything that you've done at NYFA so that people can see that you are a jack of all trades to a degree.
Right.
You're just not, okay, just because you say you're a director when you graduate doesn't mean that you're going to be directing.
It does not.
Right? So I always say what's going to feed you. So at the end of the day, what's going to feed you is going to be based on what you have on your resume. And you need to let the world see that because it's
So
a world
every
market.
film, every position on every film.
On LinkedIn, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay, get those IMDb
Now, your
pages
resume
updated.
might be streamlined to the specific categories that you've worked on, like if you've produced or you've directed or you've gaffed or you've keyed, because you can't submit a director's resume for a key grip position.
Right, no, it's not gonna
okay.
work.
But on LinkedIn, it doesn't matter because they just want to see what you've done, how long you've been in the business, and then they go from there.
So we've spoken a little bit about how you guys are applying. How are you going about choosing which festivals you want to submit to?
Well, I did break it down to a number of different festivals that I love to attend, festivals that have Academy Award, like, what do you call that?
Accreditation?
Yes. Festivals in cities that, cities that I want to go to.
It's a really good plan, guys. If you're going to travel, make it somewhere you want to go to.
Yes, like
I never
Jaipur.
thought about that.
Jaipur, India. I'm like, yes, let me submit to India. Yes. The pink city. Let's go. So, yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. And then, too, there are people that have been submitting or sending me some, discounts and things of that nature. I look for them to be a certain amount of years. So, they have done this for a while. They have good programming, choices.
There is such a thing as a bad film festival. I think it's kind of hard to picture that when you're first applying. But
I've
once
been to
you've
one.
experienced
A
it.
sheet. Nope.
Oh, no, yeah. That was like when Kim told me that some of the theaters at Sundance are in high school gymnasiums. I said, how?
Yeah.
How and what?
The whole city shuts down and films
Because
are everywhere.
It's Park City. It's
Right.
a small little. They put it wherever they can put it and play it. I'm not mad at them for that, but they treat you like royalty. Everyone is. They're just so kind and welcoming and warm there.
So,
But you should also think about when you're deciding on film festivals are the genre-specific film
Yes.
festivals.
That's
really, really, really
say that.
important. We might want to go places where we would love to go vacation or
Right.
whatever, but you really need to be mindful on the genre.
Right. So there's shorts, Holly shorts, and there's certain that are just focused on shorts. And because I'm a short, I'm focusing on that. And dramatic and drama. Atlanta Film Festival are places where civil rights movement was huge, and they have like the Underground Film Festival, and then yes, you're absolutely right. I forgot to say that. That's why you're here.
Yeah, it's okay. On the business side.
Yeah.
So speaking of the business side, so as you guys are traveling to these different festivals, as you're showing off your film, talk a little bit about the mingling / trying to get your video out there. What do you guys have a strategy? Not that you need to disclose it all here, but how does one come up with a solid strategy to promote their film at festivals?
I think first off is finding out who's going to be there. Okay, once you get a list of who's going to be there, you might have a relationship already established with those people. And if not, that's somebody I want to know. Like when I go to film festivals, I get the list of who's going to be there, and then I go online and I find their faces, and I connect the two. So when I'm in a room, I pull it out and I go, oh, are any of these people in the room? that I want to approach.
Smart stuff.
Okay? It's just like a PR tool.
It is.
Okay? So that if I see someone that I want to meet, I'm going to approach them and go up to them and act like I know them because I have something, a little tidbit about them to just break the ice when I walk up to them. So that's not walking up saying, hey, my name's Kim Ogletree. I have a movie called Counter 1960 and I would really like distribution. You think you could help me? No. That's not going to get you any traction.
There's
Okay.
that Ava DuVernay calls that the code of desperation. She says, "Don't come asking me for help about your garbage. Like,
Right.
come with a plan and be like, this is where I'm at, and this is what I'm trying to do next. What are next steps?"
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I just posted that on Instagram.
This is my favorite speech. It's a speech that got me to move here.
Wow, that's awesome.
No, I tweet her all the time about it. Like, you changed my life. So I know when I was going to festivals way long ago, back in 2012, and I'm one of the
It's 5 years ago.
a whole other lifetime. One of the things they really encouraged us to do was to make like postcards, things that we could hand out to people so they could see what your film is. You on the back I printed like what theater it was screening at, what time, and then if I was going to be at a major event so they could come find me. It turned out to be a pretty good tool. It made some connections.
that's good.
But I'm not sure if it was the most successful tool. I don't know if it was the most engaging. Are there tools or things you've seen to get people to engage with your movie while it's at a festival?
You know, that is the one that I've seen the most. So I haven't seen anything new as of yet, but we gotta brainstorm.
There's several ways of doing it. Each film that anybody does has a hook. So you need to figure out what is that hook to your film. We haven't discussed that.
Okay.
But I've been at festivals where, there was a girl walking up and down the street handing out fortune cookies. And inside the fortune cookie was the title of her film, the time it was airing, and the theater it was airing. It was brilliant to me. Then I've seen Tangerine. The guys walking around with their little, hiney showing and out in the cold, and the little buns are red. And everybody's running up taking photos, but they're branding their film. It's important that you brand your film when you go to festivals. I've seen Danny Glover was in the movie called The Pig. It was an independent. They had the hog climbing the mountain. Okay? I swear, I thought the hog was going to have a heart attack. Okay? They had a blanket over him. It was freezing out, and everybody was standing around taking pictures with the pig and Danny, and bring your cast. If your cast can come, help support and pass out those flyers, those postcards. Those postcards are very important because they brand you. Also, one sheets. You can put those in the theaters when people come in. They pick them up and they're buying the popcorn or whatever. There's a lot of things you can do depending on your budget. You can have hats. You could have T-shirts if you have a budget. You can have mittens. You can have the little gloves with the title of your film on them.
I've seen the little warmers,
the little hand warmers. There's a lot of ways to brand
South
yourself.
by Southwest, where the recharges for your phone.
Yeah.
They never last more than like 24 hours, but dang it if it's not helpful when you're like hour
Exactly.
16 of the festival and you're like, I still have 8 to go, like make this work. I wanted to ask you too
That's
about
a good one. I like that.
they're really helpful. Budgeting for festivals. Now I've talked to you about this before. I know it's got to come before, not after you've shot your film and all your money is gone. That's not going to help you. But beforehand, for smaller budgets, especially for students, is there a good number roughly to set aside?
Good question.
I would say try to take at a minimum just for entries $400.
Okay, so that's just to get your film in the
Just to
festival.
get
That's
your
not
film into the
promoting it or
festival.
anything.
No.
Yeah, because
No, that's not promoting it. That's not
between
anything.
$10 and $50 depending on the
And
festival.
you really have to think, okay, I'm going to make this movie, but who's going to see my movie once I make my movie? What's the objective of you making the movie? Is it to put on your reel, which is crazy, or is it to promote yourself as a filmmaker? Monetize your investment. That's what I tell my students. Monetize your investment. It makes no sense to just put it on your reel and you spent $5,000. I was just in class and I was like, could you make that LinkedIn page a little bigger? How much did you spend on your film? And the student was kind of like, oh, well, okay. He opened it up and it was $55,000. And I said, okay, $55,000. Well, really, I spent $70,000. And I was like, okay, I hope you made a really good film with that kind of money, because another $30,000, you could make a feature, okay, as a student.
Wow.
So I was astonished, but not blown away, because I've seen larger budgets, and I've seen some come in just under 50. that students are shooting. So,
I
you
shot mine
know,
for 5,000, and I was like, "This is the most money I've ever spent."
but you know, I didn't have the student for producing, so I hope that there is a line item set aside for film festivals to get you to and from the film festival, because we don't know where you're going to be flying to or need to get to, or you might just need to crowdfund for that, for that effort.
Yep.
So you've got an incredible cast.
I do.
I'm so excited.
As a casting director, though, shouldn't I really?
Right.
Really?
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
seriously?
truly. Let's take a quick look at the trailer for the Counter 1960. We've been talking about this film and see who some of these stars are.
It's 2017. We still gotta go through this shit.
Great.
You know, I remember that diner inside of the Woolworths growing up.
I don't think we're talking about the same counter.
Son, now when you sit on that stool today, thank you, grandparents.
The same place where you and your friends go to chill is the same place your grandparents protested, so you could go in there and grab a cup of coffee.
Killed unjustly.
But you gotta think about it. We've still been
Profile.
There it is.
That's amazing.
That's it.
How you feeling?
Still gives me goosebumps.
Good.
Yeah. It's a timely film.
Unfortunately, it's constantly timely. That's the unfortunate part about it. It was timely when I did it as a student project. It was timely. It's been timely for 30 years, 40 years. It's unfortunate.
You have one actress in there whose name I didn't see. Oh my gosh. She's
Vanessa
in
Bell
South.
Calloway?
Yes. First of all, I love Vanessa Bell Calloway.
Yes,
She
she's
is
amazing.
The kind she once helped me steal a poster,
Yes.
which is like my favorite celebrity encounter of all time.
Yes.
But also just a generous soul in
Yes.
working. You've got all these. Are you planning to
Charles
bring
Malik Whitfield.
Yeah.
He's in it. Buddy Lewis is in it. He's the creator, one of the creators of White Famous. And yeah.
another
it's-
brilliant show?
Yeah, so she was in Southside. I cast her in that. And Gerard Haynes was in Southside. I cast him in that.
Cast Southside.
I cast Southside with you.
So much fun. That was like one of my favorite junkets. It was so intimate and everyone's really cool.
Yeah.
So now that you got all of them together, are you planning to? Are they going to come out and do the festival circuit with you?
Probably so, yes, when they're available. So Gerard is doing Native Son right now, currently at Yale.
Wow.
Yes, and Vanessa is directing Saints and Sinners, but Charles Malik Whitfield will be there tomorrow night. Buddy Lewis, Ashley Etienne. Yeah, Mike Pooler is on the East Coast. Nick Few is on the East Coast. Tabitha Brown will be there. And all of my cast that, really made that counter and encounter come together. They'll all be there, so I'm really excited. And then some celebrity friends and, my cast from Being Mary Jane is coming to support. And so I'm excited.
It sounds like it's going to be an incredible event. I'm really excited to be there, to attend, to see.
Yeah,
I'm
going to cry.
Tomorrow. Is it still? Are you guys still? It's open to the public?
No.
Or is it all closed? It's all
No.
shut down? Nobody
No.
else can come?
No.
Okay, so what you're going to need to do is check the NYFA, we're snapping it. Check NYFA Snapchat.
Yes.
Get a front row seat to the event, hear the conversations surrounding it, see who's there. It's going to be really exciting. I know a lot of press is coming in.
Yes.
Before we go, I just have a couple more questions for you
Okay.
guys. I want to know what your plan is for, so you've done the film circuit. It goes
doing
out.
it. It's going out.
What are
like
your guys' plans after
35
that?
of
Are
them.
we looking for a potential counter TV show, a feature, or is this to launch yourself into your next project?
It's okay. It's a very good question. So my focus at this point now is to work on it, to create an anthology series similar to The Counter, where I do a number of, I guess you would call them, since they're short films, but it would be considered episodes.
Okay.
Half-hour episodes. If you take The Counter and you put commercials with breaks in there, it would be a half hour. So yeah, episodes of that type of story and a number of different stories having to do with our history.
So with different casts in different locations, or continuing the
Think
stories.
the
that
Twilight
it's like
Zone.
you're-
So
Yeah.
some of the cast may be in different roles, some new people and stuff. But I'd really like to bring them on, bring them back, bring them around, and It's Twilight Zone-ish because of how I like to tell a story.
I love that idea of showing, because to me, my biggest problem with Black representation as it is currently, it's like you could get slave times, you could get modern times, you can get civil rights, essentially. Those are the only kinds of areas we explore, but of course we've been here in many different positions for a very long time, and so being able to explore these different stories, you know, like stories my grandmother told me that I've still never seen on TV,
Right.
That's really exciting, and to be able to do so many different time periods.
That's what I would like to do, and then, you know, sell it. A network, or so that they can show it not just during Black History Month, but so that it can really touch a lot of lives all over at different
Hulu
times.
or Netflix or Amazon, who are all desperate to get more content currently, are listening, you know,
I hope they're paying attention.
I hope they see it.
Get your stuff.
Yeah. That reminds me. I might just invite a couple more people.
Because you guys are always networking, always making it happen, and that's beautiful to see.
Yes.
And then I guess, finally, is there another project up next for either of you? Anything we can look forward to seeing, or anything out right now that we should be supporting?
Well, I just finished doing the Simone Biles movie biopic.
Yes.
Simone Biles' story, and I cast another new Jack, a newbie, named Shantae Godlock, and she is playing Simone Biles, and also cast Tisha Campbell Martin as her mom, and Julius Tenen, Viola Davis's husband, as her dad. So I'm really excited about that. And now I'm outlining the next half hour and looking forward to this woman helping me to create more with NYFA. And, you know, with our collaboration, and NYFA is going to be really, really good, I hope.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I just have a 6-part series coming on Urban Movie Channel
She says just.
Yeah.
It's only 6 parts.
Just.
in January. And we had a pretty cool cast. You know, I had Jill Marie Jones and Darius McCrary and Chrissy Ferris, Wesley Jonathan. It was a group. It was like 8 core actors.
Excellent.
And it should be a very interesting series. It's called The Experiment.
Oh, nice.
It's
I
a
like
tantalizing title. It's just it makes you start thinking. It's exciting, guys. I'm so excited to see your projects. I'm thrilled to see the counter. I feel like I've been talking about this movie for so long.
Because you have.
Now I'm so ready to see it. See the fruits of your labor. See adorable Ashley Jackson do her thing. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. I appreciate having you
Thank you
guys
for
here.
having
You're welcome.
Tune into Snapchat tomorrow. We'll have all
I'm
the
excited.
inside stuff. We'll show you the red carpet, the Q&A, not the movie, but everything else. And until next week, we'll come right back here. I think we have Peter Rayner coming in to talk about his favorite holiday movies. And then our final episode of the season will be a panel of faculty and staff talking about like a this year in movies review. What changes happened? What trends did we see? And what are we looking forward to in 2018? So thanks for joining us here at the Popcorn Talk. We'll see you guys next week for the NYFA Hour.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network. The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.